Good morning, YouTubers, homesteaders, preppers, and friends. It's a beautiful day in northern Utah. Looking over the garden here, and we were gone for about 2 weeks, and you can see that the weeds have just taken over everything. But I'm learning more about permaculture, and we're taught in permaculture that the problem is sometimes the solution. So what I'm going to talk about today is all of the things, all of the weeds that you can feed to your rabbits. So a lot of what you're looking at is just free food for my rabbits. So I'm going to tell you about some of the plants that I feed my rabbits that I've found useful. Please check these things out for yourself before you try them. I don't want anybody to blame me for the rabbits dying. I'm just going to tell you what works good for me, and we'll go around and look at some of the different plants. Okay, so this plant here is known as Burdock. There's probably a better example of it over here. It's edible for both humans and rabbits. The rabbits, they eat a little bit of this. It's not one of their favorite things. But over here, we've got some dandelion. And you can see those dandelions are pretty well spent, but they love, love, love the flowers. Matter of fact, when I was on vacation, I looked out my hotel window. It was on the first floor, and there was a river and a little meadow behind us. And I saw a wild rabbit come out and nip off of dandelion flowers and was just eating them. So the rabbits, they love dandelion. Now this plant here, you can see this leaf right here. This is a mallow plant, a common mallow. When we were kids, we called it cheeseweed because it gets these purple flowers on it, and the seeds, when they come, they look like little wheels of cheese. The rabbits love this. It's full of protein. They just love this. This plant here. Now let me find you a better example of it. I'll try to not move so fast that it makes you sick. I'm clearing out this garden bed today. It's got a lot of this in it. This right here is called prickly lettuce, and the rabbits love, love, love this. This is also edible for people, but prickly lettuce, it grows a tall stem, and this is just full of it. So I'm going to feed the rabbits today. And since I've got to clean this whole bed out today, the rabbits can't eat this much, but what I'm going to do is I'll compost the rest of it. So not only are all the weeds, before they go to seed, good for, well, not all weeds, but the weeds that I've selected are good for the rabbits, but they all make great compost. All your weeds make great compost. Just make sure you don't put them in your compost when they're in seed. But before they go to seed, everything that's green makes great compost. So that's the prickly lettuce. Let me show you another plant. This is yarrow that I purposely planted in these garden boxes last year, but it does have a tendency to spread. It has little root runners that spread, but the rabbits absolutely love this yarrow. The reason I purposely planted it in garden boxes is it brings up kind of an umbrella-like flower. And what I've found is the favorite habitat of ladybugs is anything with an umbrella flower. So like your dills, the yarrow, carrots when they go to seed, anything that has an umbrella type flower, the coriander, the cilantro, when you let it go to seed, they love that. And I've noticed so many ladybugs in my garden this year, which, as you know, are so helpful for eating aphids that get on your plants. So they love the yarrow. This is another plant. It's called Dyer's Woad. It has these yellow flowers on it. It's been determined to be a noxious weed, and in my county, they pretty well put war on it. But this is a member of the crucifer family, or the broccoli family. And if you look, it has those kind of dusty, thick leaves like you see on broccoli or cauliflower. And the rabbits love this. They absolutely love this. And so it's great because I can, you know, feed the rabbits with it as well. In these pathways that go between my garden boxes, I purposely planted a bunch of clover. And I'm hoping now as I pull these weeds out, and I'm experimenting with some rabbit tractoring, that'll give the, right now it's giving cover for that clover to grow underneath it. And eventually I'm hoping I'm just going to have paths full of clover to feed the rabbits as well. Now this plant here is a dock plant, D-O-C-K. There's several different kinds of dock. It's in the Ruminex family. It's also a plant. It grows the big brown stalk with all the little seeds on it in the fall. But the rabbits love this too. It's another good protein source for the rabbits. Let's see what else we've got that we can show you. Oh yeah, here's this plant that I'm going to show you over here is lamb's ear, otherwise known as mullen. And this started growing wild in my field, and it just grows here and there, but it's got a real fuzzy leaf. If you look down in here, you can see the new growth, but the rabbits love this as well. Mullen is a herbal plant that is good for kind of using like you would Mucinex. It helps you get rid of the congestion in your lungs. So I can't help but think that all of these plants are good for the rabbits. My rabbits seem really healthy. Since I've had my rabbits, I've had about 8 litters born, and I have not had one dead baby born in those litters. I've had babies die from various things, but I haven't had any born dead. So I'm really happy about that. And also there's just this grass that grows in my orchard. There's Deke the dog. But this grass right here, I just take a serrated bread knife that I can pick up for $1 at the secondhand store, and I just cut big buckets of that, and I feed that to the rabbits. And when I get time, I cut extra and I dry it for use in the winter. The dried grass makes great bedding for the boxes for the rabbits to have the babies in. They pull fur too, but they put that on top of the grass. It just makes a nice cozy little bed for them. Oh, and let me show you back through here. Last year I planted some comfrey roots, and you can see right here, here's my comfrey. Excellent source of protein. Planted one there. It's coming up. And I've got a pretty good sized one right back here. It's doing excellent. And I've got another one coming up right here. The rabbits love, love, love comfrey. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you a few plants that you can feed your rabbits that you might be considering as weeds now. Let me add one thing. This is a pear tree, and those are apple trees. When I prune the apples and the pears, the prunings can be used for scion wood to start other trees, and the rabbits love to chew on the little branches. They chew all the bark off. It's like candy to them. So any of your, well, I could say for sure the apple and the pear trees they love. I don't know if you could feed them cherry wood or peach wood, but I do know that they love the apple and pear wood. And you can see these, you get these little suckers that grow on the trees. They just snap right off. And we'll take some of those over and show you how the rabbits just absolutely think this is candy. So go over to the rabbitry here. And I'm sorry that my videos are kind of amateur. I think it's more important to get the video out to you, get the information out to you than to, you know, worry about creating a perfect product and only getting one video out to you. I'd rather do more videos than worry about the quality too much. But this is my buck. His name's Sweet Boy, and he is a sweet boy. Oh, look at that. I'm trying to get the door open, so bear with me here. Okay, now watch this. He just will chow down on those. Maybe he won't. Maybe he's a little camera shy today. He's gonna make a liar out of me. I've been feeding him a lot. Maybe he's just not hungry right at the moment. I guess he'd rather chew on that stick. But I know somebody who will chew on these. This rabbit here, her name's Miss Piggy. And that's because she eats everything. I'll put them in there and she'll munch on them, I'll bet you. I don't know, maybe not. She's got babies. You can see there's all the fur that she pulled. She pulled more fur than any doe I've ever had. She pulled a lot of fur, but anyway, she might be full too. I just fed her a bunch of stuff, but trust me, they do love those. And it'll, oh, there she goes. She's just being a little shy. Oh, see, now she's not going to do it. They get a little shy when they have babies. They do. So the other things that you can feed them that I found are they love lilac trimmings, aspen. So I've got an aspen tree. Let's see, you can see it. There's a little aspen tree right there against the side of the house. Quaking asp. They love quaking asp. They love maple trimmings from maple trees. So there's just a variety of things that you can feed your rabbits that you may have thought of as waste products before. And I'll give you, I'm just really trying to do what we call in permaculture function stacking. So finding several uses for a certain thing. So one thing, while I was on vacation, I had some people feeding my rabbits and they were giving them way too much feed. So the majority of it ended up on the ground, and of course the rabbits, you know, they did their messing and, you know, rabbit manure and rabbit pee on top of the feed, so it wasn't good for much. But I've watched my chickens, and this is another thing that we do in permaculture is observation. I've watched my chickens go through piles of manure and picking out the bugs, so I thought I'm just going to dump it out there. And I dumped all these piles of wasted feed out there. They picked out all the good stuff and they spread it all around for me, and I dumped it in a spot where I'm going to be planting some corn, and they spread it all around where I'm going to plant that corn. So now I just have to work that in the soil and get my corn planted, and I think I'm going to have a great crop of corn. But anyway, that's all for now. Hope you liked what you saw today. Hope that's going to help you be more self-sufficient and give you some ideas. And I know there's a list on the internet. It's a safe food list for rabbits. It was really helpful. It got me thinking, and so you can access that and, you know, just do a little experimentation on your own, and hopefully that'll help you reduce your feed costs, get rid of your weeds, and just make everything more sustainable and make you self-sufficient, help you be self-sufficient. But if you like what you saw today, feel free to rate and put a comment, subscribe, share, you know, all of those things. We love the support, and let me know ideas that you might have for things you might want to know in the future. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Other than that, have a beautiful spring day.